team won the Stanley Cup last night out here in Northern California. The Penguins won, and Sidney Crosby starred and was justifiably named the Conn Smythe winner. So that makes it 2 cups for Crosby to go along with 2 MVPs, 2 Olympic gold medals. Tone, does this win then put Crosby among the NHL's all-timers?
I didn't think he needed this win to be one of the all-timers. I mean, because no, I didn't. This is his 2nd Stanley Cup. He's got the MVPs. He's got. I think in Canada, the fact that he won an Olympic gold medal in overtime with his shot, it's big. I thought that made it huge. I would not have thought that he needed. This now gives him 2, which is the same as Mario Lemieux, who's one of the greatest players of all time. I don't know how deep your list goes. I'm not saying he's not there with Gretzky, but I would have thought he was an all-timer already, Mike.
I'm going to give you a list of people that he can't touch. It is longer than the 2 you named.
Okay.
Gretzky, Howe, Orr, Messier, Richard, Lafleur, Hull, Yzerman, Curry is in Yari Curry, not Steph Curry, Phil Esposito. And I'm sure I'm missing some guys, Tony, but off the top of my head, what this does is it puts him with, not ahead of, with, and maybe slightly behind, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, Jeff Carter. Tony, he is. They got more cups than him. I know you're not paying attention, but others of us are.
He has the MVPs, Mike.
Tony, they got. And if you think Kane's going to have an MVP, you got Tony. You've got Yager. You got other guys, Kopitar. You got Doughty. You got Carter. You got guys in the Kings you've never heard of.
You've got everybody on that list is either from Chicago, played in Chicago.
They have nothing to do with Chicago. You're really
Sidney Crosby.
now.
Sidney Crosby. Well, actually, Levitard's pretty funny sometimes.
Not about hockey.
Sidney Crosby almost lost his entire career to concussions. He could have been like Eric Lindros.
That doesn't add to your greatness.
I think that with 2 Stanley Cups and those 2 gold medals and those MVPs, I think he's on the short list. And for me, the short list is about 10 to 15.
You want to argue the Chicago natives, Messier, Richard, Lafleur, Yzerman, Curry, Esposito? You don't.
10 to 15. There's another point here that's important, and that is we're in a salary cap era now. There's not going to be another Edmonton Oilers. There's not going to be another New York Islanders. You're not going to be able to sustain that.
Bossy. I mean, you know.
I think he's in the 10 to 15. That's what I think.
The salary cap era.
Just let me know.
What are you, a 24-year-old ESPN producer? The free agent era
out there. Maybe Mike will listen to this. Led by Horns.